Hey friends, it's Betsy bringing it to you here with real life. This is ME, my hook and I am Betsy, in case you're new here. And I have multiple chronic illnesses, which are giving me a booty whipping. So this video is likely going straight up. I'm probably not doing any editing. Yes, I know that I'm missing day 6 and 7 of Vlogmas, but that's where we are, guys. But I do have some, some cool things to share. My premiere yarn came in from my Black Friday Cyber Week order. And when I am flat on my back in bed, I crochet a lot more because I'm not up and doing things. So, why am I so bad right now? That's one. It's not COVID. I think I said that in another video. It's bronchitis and allergies, and yeah, when I force my body to do things when my body is not having a good day, like go to the doctor, I have something called post-exertional malaise. I know it sounds hilarious to say I have exertion intolerance. It sounds like a bad SNL joke, but it's actually real. And that is what some patients with long COVID are experiencing right now. So at least when I am having to go to the doctor for these acute issues like my ears and the bronchitis and all that stuff, I get to educate them about, this might be what you're seeing with patients with long COVID. December, January, and February are historically difficult months for me with my illness. There's just a lot going on. I thought December was going to be easier, but yeah, it's not. So I'm getting tired already, so I'm going to get into the good stuff. So this guy right here is just a body. He's a work in progress. He is going to be the cotton candy monster from my amigurumi monster book. And if you recognize this yarn, several of us got this in our Mary Maxim November, I think. It's the Lion brand Spinella, and I fortunately got much prettier colors than some people did. So this, he'll have horns and teeth and a tail and arm. He'll just be so cute and fluffy and fuzzy and soft. And he's going to be a Christmas present for Sarah that I'm just adding on for my daughter, in part to get rid of this yarn, which has not been, if you're familiar with working with pipsqueak yarn, which I used for my Yoda's robe, this is actually a lot easier to work with, which I surmised it would be, because when you're crocheting, you can see the top of your stitches because it's got this kind of thread, this singular thread that the fuzz is hanging off of. So it actually hasn't been too bad to work with. And I might go down to a much smaller hook. I still have like a tail. Well, okay, first off, this guy is like 3 times the size I thought he was gonna be. This stuff is super stretchy. I still have to make like a little ball for his tail out of the Spinella yarn, but then I might drop like 4 or 5 hook sizes. I think I used a 5.5 for this, and make a teensy little sister for this because Sarah would think that was cute. And if it doesn't get done before Christmas, it doesn't. I have to work on it when she's gone or asleep. So, other things I've been working on. I made a cowl and hat set, and I wore it to the doctor's, and it kept me nice and warm. So if you saw, you may have seen this on my Instagram. This is Muir Woods. I forget the colorway, but my friend Christine sent me like 5 skeins of this yarn. I used 3, I think, for this, because this has all kinds of fun texture. So it was a bit of a yarn eater, but it was, I just love the texture. So this is another purple yarnivore. I think I linked the hat pattern before, maybe. I apologize if this is not in the description. I will try to update it eventually. Like I said, I'm too sick to edit things right now. I'm probably just gonna upload this from my phone, so I won't have a ton of links, at least for a while. So that's one make. And I couldn't remember if I showed this or not. I still have to sew in my ends. I think I may have. This is the Celtic weave hat from Fiber Spider. It was an absolute joy to make, and I love, love, love the texture, and it fits me so good. It's like the best fitting hat I've ever made, so I'm probably gonna make a lot more. And he gave really good instructions for making it bigger or smaller, so I'm actually thinking if I have time, I might make my husband one of these for Christmas because he really liked it. So that was a hat I made. And then I made, this is some of the yarn that I got from my Premier order. I got the Color Fusion Chunky and the Color Tropical, which you can't really see in here. I had to make Cinnamon Stitch's hat that she made with it because the colors that I saw on her, whoops, let's not put the front in the back in the front. I love, love, love the colors of this yarn. I ended up having to like close it off with single crochet, and it's still kind of tall, so when I make it again, I probably will cut it a couple rows short. So I closed it off with single crochet at this point. She had us decreasing in half double crochets, but hello hair. Yeah, I'm still happy with it. I still love the colors, and because I was able to close it off with single crochet, I did not have to get into this second skein, so I can make another one. So I'm thinking about making my mom one, or giving this one to my mom because she's a little bigger than I am. Well, not really, like not head size. Anyway, she liked it because also she lives in Knoxville, and this is good Tennessee orange football, but not like Tennessee orange. You know what I mean? Anyway. So I made that hat. So again, that pattern is a tutorial for free on Cinnamon Stitches. And then I'm working on a warm hooded cowl scarf thing for my daughter. She is likely going back to in-person school, and it's getting cold in Georgia, so I thought this would be a good thing for recess, to not have to keep up with a hat and a scarf, but to have it all in one thing. So I'm not done. It will have, I'm gonna do edging in this color around the scalloped edging, and around this. The pattern calls for 6 rows, and this is already 4, and that's going to be kind of skinny. I mean, it's not that skinny when you by the time you wrap it around, but I still think, yeah, no, I still think I'm going to make it several rows more. This is another yarn I got from Premier that I've already broken into. This is puzzle yarn. I forget the color, I forget the pattern. If you ask me in the comments, I'll be able to look it up later and tell you who designed this, but I got it on Ravelry when I searched children's hat and scarf. So, or I don't know if they're actually going on the playground or if they're just going outside, but anyway. I also, so I used puzzle yarn for my dad's hat that was in my last non-vlogmas video for his Christmas present, and I've just adored working with puzzle yarn, and I wanted this color. My Walmart carries it, but I was doing a Premier order, so I ordered it. These skeins have 328 yards on them, and they call them a number 5. But it's not as chunky of a number 5 as their Color Fusion, I don't think. Anyway, tons of yardage on this for a bulky yarn, and I just love it. So I had to order some more in this color. I I have one more WIP that I haven't showed before I go show you the rest of my Premier order. They're technically 2 orders because then they went and did 30% off. But this is my Christmas blanket that I've been working on, trying to finish. This is the pattern Briar Rose. I think I showed it when it was like somewhere around in here last time. So it's gotten a little bigger. I'll be working on that when I finish this video. This is my comfort crochet. But I left a funny message, or I thought it was funny, on Cinnamon Stitch's Facebook group. That I love that group. It's a great community. If you follow Cinnamon Stitches, go join her Facebook group. It is so much fun. There are lots of great people in there. There's lots of really talented people in there. There's lots of awesome inspiration. And my husband and I had to have a candid talk yesterday about the COVID numbers rising and what we wanted to do for Christmas. We had no one over for Thanksgiving, and those of you who've been following this channel know that our parents who live in Knoxville have been teaching my daughter Sarah, and we've gotten a little lax on sort of, I guess, you know, what we are allowing them to do and who we're allowing her to see, and, you know, them quarantining before she sees them. And so we just had a talk of like, okay, it is time to batten down the hatches and go back to essentially, you know, quarantining at home and choosing not to do Christmas with anybody. I apologize if for some strange reason, Nancy, you're watching this before we talk tonight. That would be my mother-in-law. Oh, what a train wreck. Anyway, we haven't told our family yet that we're not doing anything for Christmas, so I decided to tell them in a YouTube video. Anyway, the conversation really stressed me out because I started I was like anxiously crocheting last night, and my rows, like, it's okay, it'll work out. Like, I have probably like 12 more rounds after this, if not more, so it's gonna straighten itself out. Steven was just like, my husband was like, I think you should apologize to your hook, the blanket, and the yarn. Like, you are assaulting that blanket with your anxiety. Anybody else? Hi. Oh, I'm getting flushed. Fantastic. Anyway, I think we landed in a good spot. It's just, you know, it's hard. My husband's a pastor, so I almost view us as more of a threat over Christmas than I do like our parents, except for, you know, extended family might be coming in. I don't know. Because he has like 5 outdoor services on Christmas Eve, and, you know, it's just bad. It's just time. Yeah, there's not a good solution there, but okay, moving on from my anxiety blanket to my yarn haul. Okay, I have several different yarn hauls here. Oh shoot, one's up there. I'm not getting up to get it, because if I get it up, like, yeah, if I'm getting up, I'm going back to bed. But my friend Trish sent me a lovely package. She and I are both December babies. If you watched, December 5th was her birthday. And for her birthday, I sent her an early present back when Knit Picks had their bear wool on like their super big sale. I sent her a box of bear wool because she really enjoys dyeing. And, you know, when you can get it at a good price, get it at a good price. So that's what and I just shipped it directly from Knit Picks, so it got there early. Anyway, she sent me back a little care package, and it had Lion Brand's landscaped yarns in like the most beautiful color I have ever seen in my life. It's blues and greens and like purples, and it's just, oh, Like, it's not, if you ask me what my favorite colors were, I wouldn't tell you those were my favorite colors. But if you ask me what my favorite skein of yarn is, like, I gotta, like, I'm sorry, I'm not showing it to you. Sorry, I can't get up out of the floor. Honestly, I'm filming in the floor. That's what I do. If I get up out of the floor, I'm getting in bed. And she dyed me this. And this was some other yarn she had on hand. I felt kind of bad of like, I just bought you yarn and you just sent it back. But she said this was different. And she sent me 2 skeins. I undid the other one. So I'm not going to undo this one because I can't figure out how to twist it back up. But it's got like, I love, look at that, the orangey kind of transition from the yellow to the pink. Yep, Sarah and I think, are gonna be, I'm gonna make us matching slippers out of this, I think, when I get there. So that's one haul. And then, okay, my first order of Premier. The Color Fusion was not on sale, but the Tropical had been out of stock for a long time. And I was like, if I'm doing a Premier order, I am getting some Color Fusion. So I did that. And then Trish, same Purple Yarnivore, who sent me this. And the patterns, do you get that we're good friends? Okay. She was talking about how nice this yarn was to double. And they've had this Spangle 3 for $10 forever, or 3 for $5, I think is what it was, forever. And I just hadn't done a Premier order yet, and so I got some. And I haven't like officially opened the bag, but there's a hole right here that I stuck my finger in, and I'm surprised how soft this yarn is, considering it's metallic. Like, it's really not that rough. And I think doubled with another yarn, it would look super duper pretty. So that was exciting. And then with that order, I know that this color is sort of like a dividing color, but I love me some chartreuse. So this is the Premier Universal yarn brand. And it is a bulky, even though I say all the time I don't like using a bulky because it wears me out. I do like using a bulky in my weaving, and I like using my knitting loom with bulky yarn. And, you know, I say I don't like bulky, but this was bulky. This was bulky. Technically, this is bulky. So anyway, I just loved it, and it was I think it was $10 for all of this. And I kind of, like, I love it so much, I kind of wish I had gotten the pink, but this is the color Bright Lime. Universal. Uptown, I can read that backwards. Uptown Super Bulky Anti-Peeling. Peeling. That's my southern accent. Alright, so I got that. And, okay, then the second order for Premier had the puzzle wool in it. Not puzzle wool. Acrylic. This is acrylic, I think. Puzzle wool is a nice yarn. Anyway, puzzle yarn. I loved working with this Mirror Woods that Christine sent me, and so I got it in this colorway because I really thought it looked very pretty on the website. I'm not as in love with it in person as I was on the website, but I still think it's going to make some really pretty something. And I believe these went on 3 for $5, so can't pass that up. Plus, it was just a really fun yarn to work with. I really enjoyed it. And you know, when yarn is a joy to work with, you're more likely to pick it up out of your stash. Like this right here from Ice, not a joy to work with. Unfortunately. Like, it's just super sticky, and like, I just didn't enjoy it. It unravels. This, very similar, wonderful to work with. Yay for me. The other thing I got was their Everyday DK prints went on sale, and this is a striping, self-striping yarn, and I wanted to make purple amigurumi unicorns out of this from the unicorn book that I got from my We Crochet $5 book haul. So I got this to match either as hooves or a horn or, you know, something else. And I have not actually used Premier. I didn't get onto Premier until I found Cinnamon Stitches, honestly, because for the longest time, I didn't even realize that my Walmart, like that I had a Walmart, it was tucked back from the road. So, and my other, like my Hobby Lobby just now started to carry Premier. So anyway, this is my first anti-pilling apart from the bobbins, which are not exactly the same yarn. If you've worked with those bobbins, you know they kind of unwind, which doesn't necessarily bother me because I've worked with yarn that's unspun before, but I just got a text, sorry. I'm losing my brain power. Okay, yeah. Anyway, striping yarn, unicorn, matching. There you go. Premier. Okay, then my next haul that I'm super excited about. I think I told y'all that I had ordered the Nano E spinner from Dreaming Robots, and Paradise Fibers had a sale over Cyber Week, Thanksgiving week, whatever that was. And I got a wool grab bag to practice spinning on. The only thing that I don't like about this is I don't know what kind of wool these are. I didn't think about that ahead of time. And so, like, if I really like it and I think it's spinning well, I don't know what it is to go repurchase it. But I can tell that these are not all the same. This one looks like it's going to felt up pretty nicely if I don't, you know, I'm new to spinning. So anyway, there's this. And you're able to order your color scheme. This was pinks, I guess. I don't really remember. There's this, which is starting to feel like it's all felted up, but it's still gonna separate, I think. So if you want to learn more about spinning, and I apologize again that I'm not going to be able to put these links in the description. I've really enjoyed watching Jillian Eve on YouTube. If I remember, I really will try to update the description. So maybe check back and see, or you can just search Jillian Eve spinning and she'll pop up. She's got an awesome Vlogmas going right now. So, you know, these aren't going to make any measurable amounts of yarn, but they're going to give me experience. And that was what I wanted. And it's going to help me learn how to join yarn together. When you run out of a piece, like, and you're spinning it together and you want it to fuse so that it's one long piece, you know, if it's broken up into several pieces like this, then I can practice that and get my transitions better. So I got also some purples, and that's going to give me some nice variation because the dye didn't go all the way through. And you know, if I don't use all this, I can put it in my weavings. I'm going to get all kinds of toys for Christmas and my birthday. I'm getting a $20 loom from IKEA. I just ordered myself presents. Don't you find it's better that way? Anyway. Pretty royal purple, more pink, and then just a bare undyed wool. So I'm excited, and it looks like, you know, most of it. Part of the finesse is figuring out how to pull it off, so to get it to twist. And I liked the different, like, look at that. Oh, I almost wish I had like not just an end of this, but a whole skein of this. And then of course I have some of my wools that are up here, sorry, that I can also practice with, and that's enough to get, you know, a decent amount out of. Plus, this was not all, of course. So I got this to practice before I do the fun stuff. Look at this beautiful chunk. So I think this is, Paradise Fibers does a monthly fiber box. I don't know that I'll be spending enough for me to want to sign up for that, but sometimes they have these that are left over. And I learned from Jillian Eve, whose YouTube channel that I really like, that she says Corriedale is a type of wool that is really good for beginning spinners. As you can see, I've been like sort of practicing pulling that off, and I can already tell this is going to be a lot easier than the wool grab bag that I got. So maybe this won't be such a long off goal. Super soft. Love it. Looking forward to that. And here was the thing I splurged on, because this thing was $15. I mean, who doesn't love Malabrigo yarn? And their fiber is just gorgeous. And I need to avoid handling it and petting it as much as I have, because I'm afraid I'm felting it. But this is Noob Roving hand-dyed 100% merino wool. Oh, 4 ounces in the color Arco Iris. Oh, and did they put the color of this on the... This is Fairy. So, anyway, I'm excited to start spinning. I've officially been bitten by the fiber bug. I just found one more skein of Premier that I didn't show you. And then I made some cards, so I'm going to show you those too. I got this planned pooling plaid yarn, and I've never used this before. I consulted my friends that you hear me talk about a lot, Trish and Christine, and they were like, yeah, no, that's going to be a pain in the butt. And I didn't listen to them. I ordered it anyway. There are instructions of how to use this to get that plaid pattern to come out using a linen stitch on Premier's website. If you have any tips for this and you have done this, leave me those tips in the comments, because I would really appreciate it. I thought this would make a gorgeous scarf for my husband. The plaid in it just looked more manly than, say, any other scarf I might make him. So I'm kind of hoping that this might turn out, but I don't think I'll get it done before Christmas. I've got too many WIPs. My Christmas blanket being one of them. And then, yeah, like I just keep doing too much. And I finally felt good on Friday night, and I wanted to be part of the Christmas card brigade of like Carrie Penny, who's sending all these pretty Christmas cards out to people. And I decided I needed to make some. So my grandmother, who taught me how to crochet, was a big card maker, stamper, and I inherited some of her tools as the most crafty granddaughter of being the most likely to use some of them. And I also have done Bible journaling, like art journaling in your Bible, for quite some time. And last year, Illustrated Faith, which is a Bible journaling company and community on Facebook, put out a Christmas carols Bible journaling kit that I got and never did. So I decided to cut and break that up and put it in Christmas cards this year. So we have this one. It says they're all different. Well, they're all a little bit different. And then Merry Christmas. And before you guys want to hate on me about using the X in Christmas, that is not a bad thing. That actually is the first Greek letter in the word Christos. So I have the first 2 letters tattooed on my wrist. It's actually a chi and a rho. So that's what, you know, that's not a gang symbol. That's Christ. So anyway, I ran out of room. I used an X. It's not a bad thing. It's not a satanic thing. It's actually a very Christian thing to do. This Ho-Ho Santa paper was in a mystery pack of paper I got once, but that was from the kit, and this is actually the back side of that Santa paper. And that was also from the Caroling Illustrated Faith kit, and so was the washi tape. And then my grandma had a cuddle bug. I don't think those exist anymore, but it's essentially like I'm losing the name for it. It's one of those die rolling machines, and she has embossing cards, so I did that on the inside. I loved this church, and I liked the green star, so I did that one. And that was the inside. So the caroling cards, like it was actually a list of her favorite Christmas songs from Christian artists. I feel bad because this was apparently Lauren Daigle's version of Silent Night, and it says Lauren Daigle underneath this sticker, but that wouldn't make any sense in the card, so I covered it up with a sticker that said Christ the Savior is born. Sleep in heavenly peace. So there's another one. Oh well. So they were simple, but this, like, I've been sleeping for the past 3 or 4 days since I did this. I'm so bummed it crashed me so hard. Fa la la. Another similar one. Merry Christmas. Love Came Down. So that was the song title. Oh, and these are old thank you cards from a previous business I had, which is why I had to cover up the front. I recycled it. It had a dress form on it from when I had a sewing business, and it said thank you underneath this. So if you get one of these and you want to deconstruct it, that's why there's stuff underneath it. Recycling, it's good for the environment. So that was another one of my grandma's little cuddle bug embossing cards. And then I have a couple that I did on white cardstock. There's Trisha's birthday card that I still haven't sent out. So those were some alphabet stickers. That was a stamp that came in the kit, and so was that, and I cut those out with an X-Acto knife. A little house and washi tape and a star. I had so much fun. I'm so bummed it crashed me so hard. And then more of that paper. That was a stamp, and that was a shape that my grandma had, a die cut shape. Oh, that has nothing in it because this one had ho ho ho, but then I ran out of H's and O's, so the other one didn't get a ho. Anyway, so I am collecting other YouTubers' address to send them cards, and other friends that have been supportive throughout all this YouTube business this year. And now I'm going to say goodbye. I will catch up on editing these videos soon and probably post a couple days at once. I just, you know, sometimes I have to admit that I am sick and disabled. And that's why I don't work. What was I gonna say? Yeah, okay. Bye, friends. See you later.